everyone, how are you today? Lady Rose here with you, and I wanted to do a flip through of the latest junk journal that I just finished. This is a book of shadows that is peacock themed. I love the colors of the peacock feathers, so I clipped some out, and as you can see, we've got an elaborate cover for the junk journal. And then also on the side here, I have a lot of beading that I did. It's quite thick, this book. So I usually try to include some beads and dangles and things like that for the junk journal. So this one I did some fabric beads. So this is a peacock one, and this is one from a sari. And then we've got a bunch of different beads and whatnot. These ones are actual peacock beads as well right here, so I really like that. And then this is quite heavy. It adds a lot of weight to the book, these things, because this one bead right here is very, very heavy. So I did all the beads up, included some rag ribbons and things like that as well. And now let's see what's inside this journal. So this journal is actually one of the few that I will be able to put on my Etsy store that will be going up for sale. I'm also going to be doing another flip through, so watch for that. But that flip through is a custom journal, and it's already been spoken for. It's already been sold and paid for. So here's the opening of the junk journal. So it does lay flat once you get into the middle part, and it needs some time to kind of settle, because I did just finish it. I've worked on this one for a long time, and I've kind of put it to the side because I've had a lot of custom orders to do. So I've just been kind of, you know, sort of dribbling into this one, or dabbling into this one a little bit. So the first one starts with a clear pocket here. This is one of the tags that I have. And then this, I always include some oracle type cards. So this one is the language of flowers. So there's a flower in the meaning. And then of course, as per usual, I have what I call a receipt in here. And it just lets me know what number it is. So it's number 9, this one. I did just finish my 17th one. So that's how many have come and gone since I've started this one. But I really love this one. This is so great. I mean, I love all my junk journals. I really fall in love with them when I do them. So we start out with a golden peacock. And this, I wasn't sure at first if I was going to cover it, but every time I turned to this page, it was just a very relaxing boats on the water at a dock with mountains, and it looks like the end of the day, and it just was such a soothing picture that I decided to keep this one. And then there's a blank page here for you to write some stuff on. I've got a tab on here for you to mark that page. Then we've got another sort of nature page here. I've included a lot of little quotes inside as well. This is a little clip on here. You've got a little clip there, so you could clip something on this side if you wanted to. And this is just about germander, which is a kind of herb or plant. Little bit of information about thyme here. And this is a picture of foxglove, and then it's embellished up. Another blank page here for you to write on. A picture here of peacocks, because it is of course peacock themed. And we've got some lace on the bottom here as well. Moonlight enchantment here, and then a little blurb here about the moon. Some coffee dyed crinkly kind of sheets. This one's kind of neat because you could use it as a chart or just right over top of it, whatever you would like to do. More crinkly sheets for you to write on. I got this set as a digi kit. I just love it. It's sort of Paris kind of grungy rose kind of stuff, so I really like that. And then I included this in, and it's about the scarab beetle and the good fortune that it brings. It talks about the tarot and what some of the meanings are of the major arcana, and then it goes through a glossary of what some of the words mean in divination and that sort of thing. This is actually right out of a book, and it was kind of neat because when I had this book this part was actually sealed together, so you kind of had to open it up to reveal the secret with inside. So this is part of what was inside, and then there's more talk about the scarab beetle and the amulet. Here I got out of a calendar book, a date book that I had. It was nice and colorful. Parrot, a bird, much like the peacock, a colorful bird. So I thought I'd put that little poem in. And then we get into some more blank pages. I like to leave a lot of blank pages because I feel like junk journals are a piece of living art for me, and it's I begin the art and I set the structure, but once it becomes your journal, it's you to keep it going and to add to the content of the junk journal. Oops, that one popped off there. So this is a library card pocket with an actual library card. I got this from a friend of mine, Carol Jaggers. She also does junk journaling, and she sent me a huge box of Happy Mail, which was really nice to get. So I got a bunch of these pockets in her kit, so I thought I'll put this in. I also got this reserve card from her Happy Mail, and then this library card comes from a digi kit, and it was blue and purple, and I thought that perfect matching. And then this is just a little, like, you could use it as a journal card if you wanted to write something on the back, or a little bookmark if you wanted to, and I matched up the butterflies here. And then this is a card from Whispering Woods. It's an oracle card that talks about different meanings of different things in nature and stuff like that. So I like to include some magical element. And then of course this page is all peacock themed up, and you can write there on the square if you want to, or add a photo or a picture or something. Then we have another pocket here, surrounded by stamps and whatnot that I have as some washi tape. And inside we've got a blank blue journal card. This is a digi-kit that I got, very purpley and blue themed, Paris themed as well. This is a peacock card that you could write on the back of. And then there's a little envelope, and it's full of some messages. I always fill my envelopes, and I always have kind of neat things to put into the envelopes. So this is another blank page, of course. And then we've got, oh, I thought that was a tuck or something. Oh no, it's it's part of the back page. Okay, so this is another one. This, I actually put her on here first, and I didn't know what to do with her for the longest time. And then I just kind of came up with this, and I added the skull sticker at first, and I was like, okay, it's not quite finished. So I kept coming back to this page, and then I realized, oh, she has a gypsy soul. And as she danced and twirled in the fires of transformation. And those are just, that's not, someone hasn't said that, it's not a famous quote, it's just a quote from me about what she looks like, and I love it. And then this is a collage page I did up, so I added a bunch of different elements and made it sort of pop with some of these 3D things, and I found this is the last thing, and I love that I just added that on and it just fit. Collage pages are a lot of fun to do because they don't really come together until they're together. And if you've done any of this kind of art, you know what I mean. Like, you're sort of, you start with a centerpiece and then you kind of go from there. So it's always an interesting journey to do a collage. And then we've got another blank page. Walk barefoot, listen to the wind, drink in the moon, and be magic. Because this is a beautiful pink moon, or a strawberry moon, flower moon, whatever one you want to gauge it to be. And just a little reminder to notice the moon. Some more peacocks. Coffee dyed music collage here. And then there's room to write on the back here. We've got some more coffee stained. Some blue ink I was experimenting with. So to go with the peacock. And then another peacock page with a little bit of a quote. Another collage page that I did. And again, I just kind of kept adding things because I knew when I put this page in, I was like, I need something more. So this is something more. And then there's another quote here. Then we get a little dark. So this is a crow totem card, but I've glued this in. and it talks about the crow and what he stands for as the totem, and then there's a couple of darker messages. This is actually an embellished paper clip. So the front is the butterfly and the back is the sunflower, and they're each holding a clip. So this one's holding a journal card that has a peacock feather on it, and then this one is holding one of those Paris blue and purple journal cards, which I've put onto a much sturdier cardstock, and it's yours to write on if you want to. So yeah, that's in there. This is a little clip. Yeah, this is just a clip of a stamp that I did up. I was playing with my new pinking shears, and now I have about 7 pinking shears all doing different pinky things. And then this is another collage page that I did up. This is actually one of the first ferns that I flower pressed, and then I glazed it so that it'll last forever in your book, along with some lace and, you know, other Paris type things, a little stamp and butterflies and things like that. And on the back of this collage page is a little tuck here. So we've got a layaway card. This is again from that Happy Mail box that I got. I have a little information here about Aphrodite the goddess. This is the galaxy laid out, a star map. Another peacock journal card. You can also use the star map as journaling if you want. Same thing with the layaway, it's blank on the back there. And Aphrodite, if you have anything that you've worked with Aphrodite or any rituals, you can write it on the back there. And then you can either use this as a journal card on the back, or you can use it as a bookmark if you like. So that's that little tuck page here. Now I always recommend when someone buys one of my junk journals, I always say go and watch the video to make sure you got everything out of the junk journal, because I do have a tendency to hide things. So I tell you in the video where things are hidden. Now this is another collage page. I did a lot of collages during this peacock one. I was just having so much fun with the collages. So I love like all the embellishments. I got a little tulle here, some lace, a little fabric swatch. I found these on a Mardi Gras sticker, but I didn't want the sticker. I just wanted the beads because it seemed to go with the corsets and the letters and the stamps and the whole fabric thing going on. So I just love that page. It's so much fun. And then on the back here, there's a little piano sticker, but lots of room for journaling if you want. This is a very, very stuffed pocket here. We've got, this is an actual postcard of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, so you can write on the back there, or you can send it to your friends and have them be jealous because they might think you're in Paris. Then in here we've got, this is just a little sheet that you can use for journaling, or if you've got some rituals you want to write down, feel free. Another peacock journal card. This is another, I haven't touched this in a while, so some of the things I'm like, what is this? Oh yeah, this is some peacock paper that printed out like this, and I think on the back, oh on the back, yeah, it's lined. So you can make a little note there if you want. What else do we have here? We have all kinds of things in here. There's another tag. You can write on the back of that if you like. We have another big tag. This one's a butterfly one. Again, you can write on the back of that. I keep trying to take this, but I think this is part of the page. Then this one, I got this really cool set. It's off of Amazon, so I'll put the link below, but I think it is, I may have gotten off Amazon. I'll have to take a second look. But it's the Toronto Public Library library card, so I thought that was really cool, so I put that in, and I've put it in my last few junk journals I've done. Little tag here that you can write on, clear on front and back if you want to. I was going to add a ribbon there, so if you buy it, you'll probably have a ribbon on there next. And then another tag. This is one that that girl Carol Jaggers that I was talking about sent me in that Happy Mail. There's so much stuff she sent me. It was so packed full. It was so much fun to unpack it. And let me know if you want any Happy Mail, because I now am starting to do Happy Mail as well. I'm going to be putting that on my Etsy page, so you can order in Happy Mail if you want, because you really do want someone who does junk journaling a lot, if you want to get into junk journaling, to send you some Happy Mail, because they usually have stashes of all kinds of cool things that, you know, when you're first starting and whatnot, you don't have that built up yet, and it's expensive to build that up, so it's always good. And I find in the junk journaling community, everyone's so generous when it comes to sharing and, you know, encouraging and all that kind of stuff. So there's another little envelope here, and I must apologize for my nails. I probably look like I've been smoking for years, but it's from the aging that I do on the pages and stuff. So this opens up, and there's a special little message in there. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you can also use this envelope to write little notes if you want, secret little notes to yourself if you like. So that goes back in there. And then even if you don't have anything in this pocket, it's still a really beautiful, pretty little page. So I'll repack that later. I won't make you watch me repack that. Another sort of blank page. I mean, it's decorated, but you could totally write on that and make little notes. This is just a page I put in to cover up one of these pages. I'm just seeing if it's one of the older pages. I have a book that I draw from that was published in the 1940s, and I have another book that I tear pages from that was published in the late 1800s. So in almost every journal, you will get at least one of each of those kind of papers. So there's definitely a lot of vintage actually in the books, in the junk journals that you do, or that you get from me. And so this, and if you get the Happy Mail, you'll probably get some of it as well. And this is some lace that I embellished this up with. This is another collage page. Like I said, I did a lot of collage pages with this Peacock one. Now this one is a little pocket that I made. I think I've done a video on how to make these pockets. If not, I'm going to do a video. I have such a long video list that I forget what I've done and what I haven't done. But this is a little pocket that I made, and I will either link the video below for how to make these if you want them. Or I will be doing a video and it will pop up, so be sure to subscribe, and not just subscribe but hit the bell, because that way you know when new videos have been released, and you'll be able to get instructional videos like this pocket one. And it's full of little tags, all kinds of little tags in here. So it's the little tag one, and then even underneath there's a pink butterfly. I embellished it up with those little butterflies, so once you take those out, there's butterflies there, but you can take them out, and all of them are blank on the other side, so you can write on them and then tuck your little secrets into the pocket. This is just, I added a ribbon to the Peacock page, some blank pages for you to write on here. This is the back of that music one that I did. This is the third and last signature in this one. So I've got a bulldog clip here, and this is a journal card sparkle, and it's, oh, I didn't put paper on the back. Okay. Oh, I think it's because I like the stars. So you can write a little note there, but this is the map of the stars in the north, and I just kind of like that, especially since it was a sparkle one. So you do what you want with that. If you want to put paper on it, go for it. This is an interesting one. I got this out of a book, and it's obviously a vintage-like photograph of a woman who's reading the tea leaves for these two other ladies. It's blank on the back if you want to write on it, and there's also space underneath here if you want to write something, and then you can tuck this over top, and it's a little bit hidden underneath here so that no one can see what you've written if you don't want them to see. This is, I love this. This is my Arabian Nights page, so I used a lot of this trim, and then I also took off a fancy lamp, or a fancy candle, and so there's a little bit of trim here, nicely beaded up, so it looks beautiful on the side. Then we have another pocket here, tiny or small or kind of tags. There's a journal card, just a wee little one, and then a beautiful cheery tag here in this little pocket. And then in this pocket, we've got a nice big journal card, and it's sparkly, that one. Another Peacock journal card. I've got an oracle card in here, and then I've also got another big journal card, or tag, tag in there that you can journal on. I've got a whole book of these kind of headline newsprint kind of things, so they're kind of interesting to read. This one is really hard to read, but you can read some of them, and it tells you the real date, and these are real newspaper headlines as of that date. That's what the Chicago Tribune looked like on Wednesday, October 11th, 1871 is what this one is. And then I've got a little bit of witchy stuff, as above, so below, as within, so without. This is a belly band here. So this is where you can tuck some of your bigger pages. I've got a little fairy letter writing paper here, and then I've got a ballerina card that's blank. You can either use it to journal on, or you can send it to a friend who needs a little card, or you have a birthday coming up, like a friend's birthday coming up, you can give them one of those. And then you can also journal on the back of this one. This what came out of a craft book, and this one was seed crafting, and I just really liked that pattern, so I just left that page as it is, and I liked sort of the geometric pattern on this side. So again, sometimes you just leave the pages for what they are, but this came out of a craft book, in case you're wondering. Then we've got some more aged paper here. This is cheese paper that you can wrap cheese in, but I use it for other purposes, for writing on, and I don't know, I just really like the look and the feel of it and that sort of thing. Some more of that patterned letter paper. This one has a butterfly on it that you can write on. Right on here, another collage. So I did more collage. This is actually purple moss, and it's imprinted itself a little bit here. This is a peacock eye feather, and you know, it just reminded me of elegance. This gold trim, this gold doily that I've included in here, is getting a little curled because it keeps getting hit, but it's on very, very old paper. So I wanted to reinforce it. So then I did a little bit of a washi, well, not washi tape, a stamp sort of border here, and I let some of the old paper stay out, and then I have another very elegant picture of two peacocks together. This page I left as is because they are star map pages. This is Cassiopeia, Milky Way, Andromeda over here, Perseus over here. So it's just kind of a neat thing to kind of look at. And then on the back of this I have a peacock page that I wanted to put in here. Now the other way I used one of my gold doilies was to create a pocket. So this one again is stuffed full as well. So we've got a little goddess oracle card in here. We've got tag here, so you can write on the back of that if you want. This is one of my collage tags that I did, and you can write right over top of that. I have some in my book, and that works really well. There's little lines here for space for note, but this is another journal card. We've got a little peacock tag here, and this I put on the back of packing paper, and it's sort of bubbly kind of packing paper, if that makes sense. So I love the crinkly feel of it, and I've done a few tags and journal cards in this, and it's really cool to write on as well, but it's just such a nice feel. This is one of my napkin tags that I did, another oracle card here, and then another big journal card here. This is Paris. I keep wanting to turn it this way because I keep thinking my camera's that way, but I know I flipped it around. So, and then there's lots of room here to write on if you want to write some stuff on, or even if you want to give it away as a card, you know, for a birthday present or something like that. You know, like once you have a junk journal, you have lots of cards to give to friends, should you want to do that. Okay, so this one, I guess apparently I am making you watch me pack it back up. So things go in a very specific way. I want certain things facing out. This was tucked right in here. And then this guy was sort of over here, I believe. All right, and it's got some nice blue lace trim. I love this. I got a bunch of papers in that were very vintage and had like flowers and that sort of stuff on it. So I put one in this journal because I was like, yeah, one of these flower pages need to go in here. Then we've got, this is blank on the back, but it's been coffee dyed, And again, more of that writing paper that's so pretty. I have no idea where I even got this, and I'm not sure I even have any more of it, but it's in this journal now. More of this cheese paper to write onto. Another coffee stain thing. This is a rain chant, but has it been? Yeah, it's glued in. Oh, that's why I have the paper clip. So this one's glued on this side, but on this side, it's paper clipped in. And I just love this card. Today will be great. It's a great way to start your day. And then I have some like just ledger statement kind of a couple of pages here. This bottom one is glued in, but this one isn't. So you kind of have some options there about where you want to move this one. If you want to write something on it, fold it up and tuck it away into one of the pockets, feel free. This is some of the craft paper that I include into most of my junk journals. This is the other side of that Chicago Tribune paper. Got to glue that down again. I thought I glued. So a lot of these newspaper ones, I tend to put like lots of sayings on them so that, you know, you just got some inspiration there. This is like a lovely Victorian home. This actually came from one of my ghost digi kits that I got, but I was just like, well, it doesn't look like a haunted house to me. It looks like a really cool Victorian home. Of course, I would love to live in the Adams house, so and then I thought, well, this is a really good, I made this without thinking about this journal, but it's Peacock themed. It's a fancy paper clip. As you can see, I've twisted it into a fancy paper clip, and then I put a key on it, and I'm like, oh, that's the key to this house. That's why this is made. And then cherish the little things, because it's always at home that the little things are that we need to cherish. And then there's lots of room there if you want to write or if you want to tuck stuff up in there. And on the other side, I've actually tucked a little letter, it looks like, from one of my kits. But I've done another collage page, so that's the whole collage page. I felt like it was a very romantic kind of page. Another key on the back of the house picture, or page, I mean. And oh, we have a little tuck here, and I don't have anything in here. Well, we'll have to remedy that. Let's put, since we're going for a key themed, let's put some a key journal card in there. So that's in there. Believe in magic, and a little bit of a collage happening here. And then we go into another double tuck, this one. So it's got a couple of little cards on here. There we go. Tags, I mean. So tags on here. And then the lovely Peacock, and I gold trimmed it and then filled in those little gaps there. We've got another one of my collage tags. These collage tags always stick to everything, it seems. Oh, it will come out. But there's a black one if you have one of those gold or silver pens to write with. And then there's another oracle card in here. And there's another oracle card in here. So 2 oracle cards. Now this pocket is pretty tight. I was experimenting with different kind of card paper, and this is very, very thin. So I don't recommend this as tucks, but it's already down and it's here. So I thought, well, I'll use it anyways. Another sort of semi-blank page. You'd be writing over very old writing, so you can use that if you like. Then there's a semi-blank page here. Again, I was experimenting with paints and inks and things like that, and this is one of the leftover pages from that. This is, again, one of those embellished designed paper clips, so there's a real paper clip underneath here. And on this side, there's a sunflower, bunny rabbit on this side, and then it says, open me, so you just unclip the paper clip, and there is a little bit of a coloring page for you. So bring some color to your day, color me. So I just thought this was kind of a neat little thing to design. It does come out, it's not glued in. Oh, no, I lied to you. It is glued in. So you'll have to color it right there, but it folds out, and I will get this back in place here. Whoops, I got 2 pages there. Okay, oh, here we go. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get you gotta find where the paper clip is. So, here we are. So there it is. There's the opening for it. Because once you find it, you can just slide it on. It's super easy. Some more pink bright pink paper that's been coffee dyed. So surprisingly, it has been toned down. This is another corner tuck. Again, I was playing around with this kind of fabric. Beautiful, beautiful, not fabric, but paper, but super thin, not the best stuff for pockets. But nevertheless, I still managed to get pockets in. This is a little package in here. It's got some little surprises in there. This is a tag, and again, made with some of that packing kind of paper. So you can write on the back of that if you like, or you can include it in a package if you're giving a friend a present. Then we've got one of these collage, sort of collage kind of tags, and then on the back, there's just marbled paper, so you can write on top of that. And then, here we've got some animal totem cards. So with the deer as your totem, you are highly sensitive and have a strong intuition. This brings you the power to deal with challenges with grace. You master the art of being both determined and gentle in your approach. So it's like, oh, okay, so this is the energy that the deer is going to bring for you. And then this one is the butterfly, and it talks about the energy the butterfly will bring to you. And then we've got another page. I got some music sheets in, and I just love this, so I had to add this into the elegance of what is the Peacock junk journal. And then I just did this embellishment, again, not thinking about this page at all, but when I came across it, I knew exactly what ephemera I was going to put on here, because I put the peacock feathers, the music, and dance, and it fit perfectly. So yes, I am an accidental awesomeness kind of thing. And then blank page here. This is a nice journal page. Again, one of those dressed up paper clips. I embellished it with this kind of trim and twisted it. And then on the back, I have one of my cards that I really did up for embellishments. I think I put it on my Instagram, and I think I've had it on my Facebook as well for people to see. And on the back it is plain, so that you can, or blank I guess, so that you can write whatever you want. This one has very much a travel theme to it. Then we've got another blank page, and then we've got a page stuffed full of all kinds of things. So we've got dreams, and there's an oracle card here. Actually, this is a herbal card, so it talks about this particular plant. We've got a tag here that you can write on the back of. We've got an angel. Hang on, I gotta get these out. So we've got an angel journal card here, blank on the back, so you can write in it. And then we've got 2 envelopes in this one. So there's messages in here, a couple messages in that one. And then this one unfolds, and yes, there are a couple of surprises in there for you. So let me get this all back in the way it's supposed to go. Oop, this went this way. And then the nice thing about these fold over ones is you can either tuck them in like that, or you can just tuck them in like this. And yes, when you first put them in, when they're freshly made, they will kind of pop up like that. But once they've had some weight on them, they don't pop up so much anymore. So this one, I've got the clothespin holding this closed. So this is a fold out pocket page. I don't know if I can get this fully in the shot. Hopefully I can, because I made it way larger than I should have. But you've got 1, 2, 3 pockets there, and all kinds of butterflies, and there's something in each of the pockets. Hopefully I can fold this back up. Okay, good. Because when I first filled it and tried to close it up, I couldn't remember how I had folded it the first time, so it wasn't going. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I did get it folded up. That's good. Another poem here just for some inspiration. Then we go a little dark again. There's some Edgar Allan Poe quotes here. This is from a storybook, a children's storybook about a black cat in a spooky house. You can see there's a spooky house there, and he's running away here. And then he's here. I did a little embellishment here, some black flowers, which I thought were really cool. We've got some blank pages here. Here we go. Old writing, but again, blank page here. This is a sigil, and this talks about what it means, so you can use that. Champagne pages, I call it, and you can write on there. This is a napkin page. This is a napkin that I did up onto parchment and then put into this book. Trimmed it with some lace, added a little message. This is actually a goddess song or a chant, so you can read this. Isis, Astera, Diana, Hecate, Demeter, Kali, Inanna, we all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return, like a drop of water, or drop of rain, this one says, flowing to the open sea. There's different versions of this one, but you can always look it up and you can see what it is. I included a goddess sticker there. Then there's also some more pages. This is a beautiful poem about the bees, and then I put a little bee stamp on there, another couple little stamps with butterflies and stuff. This is another sort of collage page I did. I painted a frame, and then I sort of Mod Podged on one of my Peacock napkins that I have. So I put that in the page. And then this is another blank page to write on. This is one of those, you know, like in the beginning we had the chalk, black chalk rose. Well, this is another version of that kit, but more in tan. And then I included a little metal, and yes, this is, I believe, real metal, butterfly as a little added thing. The red rose, this actually talks about the rose and some of the history behind it. And then this is the spooky castle that was in that children's book I was telling you about. There's a little bit of a darker message here, you know, Edgar Allan Poe again. And then I bordered it with washi tape that shows the different stages of the moon, the different phases. And that is the Book of Shadows. So there's lots of room to put your notes in, and you know, whatever you want to journal about your thoughts or feelings or anything like that. I will be tying this up with a ribbon, and this is what it looks like from the side and this is what it looks like from the top. So there's a lot of stuff in there. It is a real tome, like huge book. I am getting bigger books because I just have so much to put into a junk journal for you. So if you are interested in this one will be up on my Etsy shop, and yeah, it's yours for the taking if you want to buy it. I know it's a good idea to go right from here to the Etsy shop, because the last book I was actually able to put up on my Etsy shop, the last junk journal, sold in less than 5 minutes. So it definitely is in demand. But also check out my Etsy shop if you have a junk journal, or if you want to do your own junk journal. I have a lot of tools up there. I have some ephemera packs, and I will be having some Happy Mail packages that you can also buy as well. Okay, thank you for joining me. Please put in the comments what your favorite page was, what you liked about it, what you'd like to see in a junk journal, that sort of thing. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.